forsaken. What I'm about to do, I'm tired of waiting. I pondered all this when I was a youngster. Legends deceased, the game filled with monsters. Out of desperation, they hoped it impossible. All is envy, look what it's costing you. We all the same people, but our issues are different. Wake up calm, it's the magnificent. Don't waste your whole life waiting for something. You running nowhere quick and you pacing for nothing. Show yourself through mind, body, and spirit. When you look deep inside, then you got to feel it. Most people die and they try with closed eyes. I'm leaving for destiny and I'm taking a nosedive. Don't let it slip away, it's fluid like water. Died and resurrected, now I live as a martyr. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where there means where the dragon lies. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where there means where the dragon lies. All wanna fail, trying to find the path. We can add it up if you don't mind the math. To achieve the impossible, consider the wise. If they say you can't do it, don't consider the lies. I spent a long time in different places. Looked in the mirror, saw different faces. Can't do everything, I'm only a soldier. Body still young, but my mind getting older. I see with my mental, I call it my focus. True enlightenment, no hocus pocus. Technologies, controlling the habits. Everything reversed, back to primitive savage. Do something for yourself without vulgar desire. Money can turn a man into a thug in the fire. The true rich man, not afraid to lose. Money all life, you afraid to choose. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where there means where the dragon lies. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies?
Valery Prosvirov, owner, founder, and headmaster of the Golden Dragon Martial Arts School. Born in 1966 in Volgograd, Russia, he's come a long way to Los Angeles. He began studying martial arts, Kyokushin Karate, and Sambo in 1978 at the age of 11. From the summer of 1979 to September of 1985, he studied the basics of Chinese Kung Fu from the traditional martial arts master Kan Ding Wang. Master Kan belonged to the pantheon of Chinese masters and taught in a traditional manner, so the study of the internal and external styles were held simultaneously. The instructor was a great specialist in Hong Jiaquan and Tai Chi Chuan Yang style. Valery's training went on for 5 or 6 hours every day, which took almost all of his free time after school and work. In late 1984, at the insistence of the master, he began teaching. Valery is one of those people who would never back down when confronted with a hardship. His whole life is a great manifestation of true willpower. He was born in a small town in the middle of a large country that does not exist anymore. Generally, in places like that, people come into existence and die without leaving any memorable imprint on their lives. Nature had given him very few opportunities, not enough even to have a normal life, let alone do anything significant. He was born with a serious medical condition, and his health had quickly deteriorated thanks to his poorly qualified physicians. In fact, he had little chance to live long enough to be of legal age. All in all, it was a standard course of events under such unfortunate circumstances. In cases like this, it is common to blame one's fate and envy those with better luck. It is quite normal to humbly accept such a course of life for most people, but not for Valery. At a tender age, this boy had learned one lesson: never give up. He made a decision to claim from nature everything it deprived of him. It had taken a tremendous effort on his part. At that time, just to do one push-up or run a few meters was a task impossible for him. Yet he stood his ground, asking his fate not for wealth or prosperity, but for strength and stamina to withstand the pain. There was a lot of it, and not just of the physical nature. He had no friends. Who would want to hang out with a skinny, crippled boy? Once he perceived the cruelty of life and people, he had resorted to fight to defend his place under the sun. Of course, in his first fights, he was losing pretty badly, but he would never make a compromise with his fate or his own self. One can only guess why he was so confident that this was the right path to follow. As days, weeks, and months passed, Valery began to grow stronger. To the surprise of his parents and doctors, He was still a long way from being equal to his peers' physical condition, but the effect was noticeable enough. It was quite possible that Valery's story would have ended at this point, but some new circumstances interfered with his life. Anybody can get a winning ticket, but not everyone is able to use it right. You know how it happens sometimes. A man just goes about his life without giving it much thought, and then, all of a sudden, he wins $1 million. Yet, as it happens in this world, an easy gain often leaves you with nothing in the end. When Providence tells people that money is not everything, they think it is a joke and choose to ignore it. No, Valery did not win $1 million. Knowing him, I am sure that he would not even appreciate something like that. As luck would have it, he came across something more valuable for him. A book about karate by Masutatsu Oyama that was banned in the Soviet Union in those times. It was hardly an ordinary book. Back then, a man could end up in jail for owning something like that. People used to copy such books by hand, photograph pages, and stitch images into binders. Sometimes these images were copied several times over until it was nearly impossible to make out what they depicted at all. One of these photocopied books had fallen into Valery's hands. Valery and his brother began their attempts to uncover the mysteries of karate. By looking at the barely comprehensible pictures, they would go to the nearest woods outside the town and try to decipher all of these stances, blocks, and blows. They saw it as their opportunity, a chance to show the unfriendly world that they had a right to exist too. Hard to say whether they would have been able to learn anything from this kind of book if not for another stroke of luck in their lives. China is the birthplace of the martial arts, but it was China's ultimate rejection of Kung Fu that enabled Valery to meet Master Khan in the first place. The middle of the 20th century was a turbulent time in China. A newly emerged government had shunned everything old and traditional. A 5,000-year-old culture of art and tradition was now labeled as a dangerous relic of the past. Masters of martial arts were vilified and condemned. Many had to flee the country to save their families and themselves from persecution. Master Khan was one who was torn from his legacy. He had to search for a new home. He lost his entire family before settling in the same godforsaken town as young Valery. Master Khan arrived in Russia with nothing but his skills and his memories. He made his living by growing watermelons and hunting in the woods. He had little hope of finding a worthy disciple in a strange country with a strange culture. But the world is full of wonders, and as it happens, Master Khan would nurture more than just watermelon seeds in those woods. One day the old master came upon Valery and his brother practicing next to the river. He never expected to come upon something so familiar, thousands of miles from his homeland. As surprised as he was, the old master did not waste any time. He approached Valery and said, "You must become my student." As the saying goes, a teacher always comes along when a student is ready. This day set the course for years of daily training, pushing Valery to the limit of human endurance and potential. Master Khan directed Valery towards the true way of martial arts, but he never bothered to explain much. A student must perceive the essence of martial arts on his own, through tedious routine, aching muscles and tendons. Only then will this knowledge belong to him. Valery kept training relentlessly. His older brother Sergei became his training partner. They would have real-life sparring sessions without any protective gear. Full contact, full force fighting. At the beginning, there had been plenty of bruises and injuries, but as their skills improved, they happened less and less. As the masters said, martial arts would prolong life rather than shorten it. Valery had listened carefully to his master's every instruction, and thus he was discovering his true self. He had turned from a sickly outcast into a person the community respected. His former tormentors came to fear him, though Valery never sought revenge. Society respected him for his strength and his wisdom, so profound for his young age. Master Khan insisted that Valery begin to teach Kung Fu and lecture on the basics of Chinese philosophy. Master Khan had become more than a father to Valery. They trained together for 6 years before the master left on a trip to China. It was not until later that Valery realized that he had returned to China in order to die in his homeland. There was no emotional farewell. Before Master Khan left, he told Valery one thing: You are a master now. All of this ability, this physical fluency, Valery achieved with the devastating degenerative muscle disease myasthenia gravis. As a child, Valery struggled to open his eyes. He was unable to chew his food, unable to run. He never gave up. He did what the doctors said was impossible. What they said about him did not matter. Valery never lied to himself. He knew what was possible. He did what was possible. He relentlessly pursued the possibility of good health, and he has dedicated his life to inspiring this pursuit in others.
You're the best for me. You're my first and the last teacher. You gave me life. You gave me understanding what is the discipline. You gave me a lot of health. You gave me a wonderful education in my life. And you're such a wonderful example. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for everything what you've done for me and family. I'm very glad to be your son. What I remember that you trained very hard for all life. You stand up at 4, sometimes 5 a.m. and do your couple hours classes every day, and it doesn't matter, it's a holiday, weekend, someone's happy birthday. It doesn't matter what's happening. You traveling, or doesn't matter where you are. You always train. It's the main thing for you. I think it's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to live a real martial arts master. Every day take care of his own body and health. That's why so many people attract of you. That's why so many people respect what you're doing and love it. All what we're doing together, hopefully will be great, big, and will give a lot of happiness to our family and the people which we know. So many years we trained together, and there is so many good memories about our hard classes in the gym, about our hard seminars in the Europe, in the China. So many good memories about your lectures, our projects which we did with the movie theaters, with the educational programs. So many incredible projects came true, and hopefully will more come out. And I just want to tell you that I will be near you all the time and help you in your life, wherever you are, whatever you do, because I know that what you're doing is very important, and it's very important not only for you, it's important for everyone. Valery always supported me when I was a child. He always helped when I needed help. When I thought I don't need the help, he still helped me. And of course, that's how it should be, because he is my father. And he gave me a wonderful example of what and how to be a father. And now I have a baby which 1 year old. Now I can apply that experience, apply all good things which I remember on what I'm doing with my son, and I think it's wonderful.
At the age of 16, Valery became a professional teacher of martial arts. Valery had found his calling, and he started to set more and more difficult goals for himself. He studied human anatomy and traditional Chinese medicine. He went to university, majoring in philosophy. He founded the Golden Dragon KungFu-School in Volgograd, and he found success. He eventually moved on to Moscow with his family and started again from square one. In just 10 years, his Kung-Fu-School had amassed 300 constant clients. The Golden Dragon has opened training centers in China and branches in Colombia, Austria, and Spain. Valery has hosted numerous seminars in Europe and China. Training sessions at the Golden Dragon are very rigorous, and its gyms are quite austere, but it attracts people from all walks of life: businessmen, artists, pragmatists, soul searchers, and high-ranking government officials. All types find their humanity at the Golden Dragon. Today, Valery is 50, but he can still give a head start to any 20-year-old youth. He trains every day without exception. His day starts at 4 a.m. when he has his first 3-hour training session. He spends up to 8 hours a day honing his technique and improving his physical condition. He demands that his instructors do the same. Only a student he trained personally can become an instructor at his school. The title of instructor can be granted only to those who completed the full 8-year course of his personal training program. In fact, the Golden Dragon's basic principle is that during a training session, an instructor must do everything he requires his students to do. Not only that, an instructor must be able to do at least twice as much as what he requires from his students. Most people would luxuriate in the satisfaction of such achievements, but Valery is not interested in a quiet life. We cannot rest on our laurels. We must learn to derive satisfaction from the very process and perpetual challenge of life. This concept is the basis for achieving true excellence. A worthy master is relentless in the perfection of himself and his art.
Хотел сказать спасибо, Валерий, за все. Спасибо огромное за то, что у нас здесь есть школа, за то, что я научился тому, о чем даже не мог мечтать, и продолжаю учиться. Это для меня большое открытие в жизни и за тот жизненный путь, который я выбрал. Спасибо, Валера.
Is a really big part of my life because when I first met him, I didn't know discipline or anything, and he helped me get through a lot of hard things in my life. And he was an amazing trainer to me, you know. And I've been trying my best with him, and he was just helped me a lot. And it's awesome that it's his birthday soon, so I'm very wish happy birthday. Thank you. Днем рождения! Yeah, so the master, he taught me like a lot of discipline and how to like behave myself. So I feel like close to him. He really like taught me how to fight.
Супер. Так, я скажу по-русски. Валерчик, мы вас поздравляем с днем рождения. Думаю, что моя мама тоже присоединяется к поздравлениям. И желаем вам крепчайшего здоровья, молодости духа, исполнения всех желаний, чтобы в вашей студии снова весь Лос-Анджелес и много-много-много прекрасных учеников, и у вас и семья хорошая, внуки, и дети. В общем, все мы вас любим и желаем всего самого хорошего. С днем рождения.
Valery Prosvirov, it's your 50th birthday. Happy birthday. It's a great thing to turn 50. It's just the start. You have my highest regard, as well as my deep, sincere wish that the next 50 years are sensational. Happy birthday.
When I first came to the Golden Dragon 2 years ago, I had no idea what big impact this school would cause in my life. And now that I found out that it's Master's birthday, I just want to wish you happy birthday. I want to wish you all the best. I have huge respect for you. I'm really happy that this school is a part of my life. And I'm also really happy that the school is turning 4 years old. And it's a great achievement. And 15 years old in Moscow, that's even bigger. So happy birthday to you and happy birthday to the Golden Dragon.
I think Valery is a true martial art master. Just looking at him doing Tai Chi, it really opens up my senses. He cares about his students. He wants them to reach their highest potential, which is frustrating for him because we are not. And I really feel honored to be his student.
Здравствуйте! С Валерием я знакома 30 лет. Это добрый, отзывчивый, уверенный и спортивный человек. Когда ему было 20 лет, это был у него расцвет сил, мечты, понимание того, что время достигать, преодолевать барьеры и четко следовать намеченной цели, к намеченной цели. А цель у Валеры была одна – это спорт, спорт, спорт. Но у целеустремленного Валерия упорства и твердости было очень много. Уверенный в победе, он смело шел к выбранной цели. И никому никогда не удавалось сломать его сильный характер. Сколько сил было вложено, чтобы сбылась мечта? Очень много. Он этого добился. И сейчас ему 50 лет, праздник его, юбилей. 50 лет – это возраст, называется золотой. 50 лет – это, Валера, юбилей твой. Так что поздравляю тебя от всей души с твоим золотым юбилеем.
It is said that the caliber of a teacher can be measured by the caliber of his students, and that great teachers inspire greatness in others. As a man who has been teaching martial arts his entire adult life, Valery has had hundreds of students from all walks of life under his tutelage. Few are spoken of with the same reverence and solemn pride as Anton Kalankovich. Anton met the master in late 2004 at Golden Dragon and began training shortly thereafter. While most students train in Kung Fu for fitness or self-defense, Anton's motivation was different. Having studied medicine at the University of Moscow, his life's calling was to become a doctor. While his main education was based in Western medicine, he was always interested in Eastern medicine and the function of healing in the body as a single complete organism. That's where Master Valery came in. The master's extensive knowledge of Chinese philosophy and medicine were indispensable to Anton. After seeing his diligence and aptitude as a student of Qigong, the master began instructing Anton in Chinese healing arts and practices as well. Anton was amazed daily by what the master showed him through Qi manipulation.
Дорогой Валера, хочу вас поздравить искренне, от чистого сердца, с днем рождения. Пожелать вам крепкого здоровья и долгих-долгих лет жизни, так как ваша жизнь – это как какая-то вспышка гигантская, которая объединяет людей вокруг себя, которая создает семью, которая дает определенный смысл в жизни. Многие люди даже находят этот смысл в жизни благодаря той деятельности, которую вы делаете. И я такой же приверженец вашей школы, который нашел себя в кунг-фу, нашел отражение в кунг-фу. И кунг-фу помогает мне выразить себя, помогает мне жить. Сейчас у меня нелегкий период в жизни, и тренировки мне очень сильно помогают. И вам низкий поклон за то, что вы собственным примером показали, что есть другая жизнь, и что можно заниматься, и можно достигать успехов в совсем других видах деятельности. И занятия будут только помогать, укреплять, поддерживать и развивать. Что удивительного и интересного хотел бы сказать, то что я был, честно сказать, немного поражен тому, когда узнал про то, какое состояние у вас есть. Состояние вашего организма. Изучая медицину более 7 лет, я понял то, что мы считаем некоторые болезни неизлечимыми, а некоторые нет. Так вот, одна из таких болезней, которая называется миастения гравис, она считается неизлечимой. И обычно люди при этой болезни очень слабые. Они не могут двигаться уже через 5-10 лет этой болезни. И, в общем-то, скажем, люди уже готовятся. В вашем случае удивительно, и это удивительный какой-то случай, когда вы нашли способ эту болезнь завязать узлом. Не дали ей развиваться, она не стала сильнее вас. Это говорит про то, как сильно вы хотите жить, про то, какой стержень внутри вас есть. Это стержень, который притягивает других людей. Объединяет, опять же, всех нас вокруг вас и вы даете личный пример, как нужно бороться и сопротивляться любым неудачам, которых полно у нас в жизни. Главное не сдаваться и идти дальше. Так вот, вернемся, если к болезни к этой, то я не знаю вообще таких случаев, чтобы люди с миастенией гравис, они вообще как-то могли двигаться, шевелиться, функционировать, нормально функционировать. Но, оказывается, такие люди есть. Такие люди есть, и слава богу, что они есть. И я лично знаком с такими людьми. Ваш жизненный пример обязательно должен получить более широкую огласку и научное какое-то обоснование, как физические упражнения могут вылечить или, по крайней мере, держать в узде такую страшную болезнь, как миастения гравис, что она подвергается контролю, что можно ее контролировать собственной волей. Мне вас, конечно, не хватает, но я знаю, что мы вместе, и я очень этому рад. Спасибо вам. С днем рождения!
Поздравляю с днем рождения. Желаю моря позитива, счастья, крепкого здоровья, чтобы все, что намечено, все планы и мечты осуществлялись. Ведь жизнь 50 только начинает.
С поздравлением, Валерий Николаевич. Поздравляем. Желаем успехов. Вечно быть молодым. Накапливать энергию ЦИ побольше в Нижнем Дантяне. Не тратить ее из Минмэня, чтобы прожить дольше. Вот. Не забывать нас. Вот. Мы поддерживаем, так сказать, вернее, ваши инструктора поддерживают ваше направление тренировок. Мы здесь все довольны. Вот. Поэтому, собственно говоря, тренируемся. Что нам еще делать остается? Тренироваться. С юбилеем. Здоровья. Удачи. И побольше бабла.
Хочу поздравить вас с днем рождения, с юбилеем. Вот. И поблагодарить вас за то, что вы нас продолжаете обучать, за ваше терпение. Я помню, вы как-то сказали в детстве, что сделайте из меня человека. Я так думаю, что приближаюсь к этой цели.
С Валерием Николаевичем началось, наверное, с возраста, когда мне было 5 лет. Когда мне поставили диагноз эпилепсия, мой Сергей Николаевич дал мне тогда одну таблетку, которую прописал доктор, под названием феназепам. И видя то, как ребенок тормозит и абсолютно неадекватно реагирует на происходящее, он вспомнил свой пример и пример своего брата, о том, как тренировочный процесс плодотворно влияет на здоровье. Пример дяди как человека, который добился на тот момент в моих глазах уже больших результатов, он являлся большим примером и стимулом для того, чтобы тренироваться и двигаться вперед.
My name is Jeff Silverman, and I'm here to congratulate Valery on his 50th birthday and 4th anniversary of KungFu Golden Dragon in Los Angeles. I met Valery about 3 years ago, and I brought my son here for training. And through his wonderful family, I was coerced, or they twisted my arm into taking Kung Fu classes. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I am in better shape than I was 25 years ago. I feel great. I have a very good outlook on life. And Valery and his family have become part of my family. They are wonderful people. And they have a wonderful leader. So, congratulations. Thank you for everything that you do for me. And I look forward to continuing with you to infinity and beyond.
know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where them is where the dragon flies. All wanna fail, trying to find the path. We can add it up if you don't mind the math. To achieve the impossible, consider the wise. If they say you can't do it, don't consider the lies. I spent a long time in different places. Looked in the mirror, saw different faces. Can't do everything, I'm only a soldier. Body still young, but my mind getting older. I see with my mental, I call it my focus. True enlightenment, no hocus pocus. Technologies, controlling the habits. Everything reversed, back to primitive savage. Do something for yourself without vulgar desire. Money can turn a man into a thug in the fire. The true rich man, not afraid to lose. Money all life, you afraid to choose. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where them is where the dragon lies. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where them is where the dragon lies. Good way I wanna live so long. When I'm gone, spend strength, preserve my bones. I face death daily, I'm still undefeated. I use my power for good, so my strength undepleted. I'm a warrior and a champion too. I guess that's just what humility do. I'm ruthless with myself and forgive my brothers, and pass the common knowledge to forgive each other. Dignity is an outward manifestation of self-respect born by perfect creation. Pride is an illusion calcifying your heart. A warrior instrument, I'll break it apart. It's linked to his body, cultivating his strength. If you want to change, do you need to submit? There's no need for strength if you follow a principle. Work hard while keeping it simple too. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where them is where the dragon lies. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where them is where the dragon lies. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where them is where the dragon lies. I know you wanna know where the dragon flies. Don't you wanna know where the dragon flies? Don't you wanna go where the dragon flies? Where them is where the dragon lies.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Валерий, я из России, город Москва.
Hi, my name is Valery and I'm out of Moscow, Russia. I'm 44 and for the last 32 years I've been professionally practicing and teaching traditional Chinese martial arts. Besides this, my second job is a philosopher. I'm a university professor. I am the owner of a KungFu-School called Golden Dragon. Kung Fu is not just the training of your body, it is the philosophy and the psychology. Our approach to training is much deeper than that of sports or fitness. It's a thorough development of all of the sides of a human personality, and this makes Golden Dragon a very popular school. We have lots of students in Russia, Europe, China, and even in the United States. Philosophy is a way of life. It's the discovery of oneself. It's a state of mind that cannot be taught in a university. By definition, philosophy is wisdom, which is based on morality and strength. The ancients stated that the truth must come with fists, and those fists were possessed by most of the philosophers like Lao Tzu, Confucius, Machiavelli, and Tupac. In about 1994, I've heard Tupac's music for the first time. I had no idea what he was saying, but I felt the sincerity in his words. Most of the people consider Pac to be just a rap artist who uses a lot of profanity. But if we look closer, we will see a person who had the courage to talk about the things that others prefer to keep silent about. He aspired to make the right decisions and change the way we live. Unfortunately, primitive minds and pop culture brought about the moral degradation of a society. People become lazy and indifferent. They lose sense of reality and are becoming more superficial. Look around. People are blinded and choose not to see what's going on around them. They live in their own little world. They wear masks for different occasions, hiding true selves. They wear one at work, another one with friends, another one with family, and yet another one when they are alone with themselves. Where's the truth? People have stopped being honest with themselves, and that's a big sin. While parents are busy with themselves, the kids are learning from the streets, used to teach useless theories. The government doesn't care, and the society is indifferent. Machiavelli said that people should learn from the best and should find the strength to act accordingly. Tupac's philosophy is not the philosophy of a ghetto, because if you think so, then the ghetto is the whole world. He brought true philosophy to the masses and urged them to change. By listening to his music, we'll find the will and the strength to change. Why do people need to change, you ask me? Because people have become the consumers of life. If before they would go to church to pray and praise the Lord and thank Him, now they go to church to ask and request things from Him. We need to reanimate the souls and to awaken the human beings inside people. If people change their attitude towards God, they will change this world for the better. Tupac was afraid of being forgotten. And it will happen if people will continue to see only a rap artist in him, but if they discover a philosopher in him, then he will remain with us forever.
Валерий Николаевич, хочу сказать спасибо, что своим примером вы учите нас тому, что действительно ценно, что здоровье – это основа возможностей, что истинное удовлетворение приходит изнутри, когда мы понимаем себя и постоянно развиваем, что самое ценное, что есть в жизни, это время, и занимаясь самосовершенствованием, мы не тратим его впустую.
Валерий Николаевич, хочу поблагодарить вас за то, что вдохновляете идти по пути боевых искусств, что передаете очень ценные знания. Сделаем все возможное, чтобы переданные вами знания мы полностью усвоили. Спасибо.
Ну, я думаю, что в этот день слов поздравлений вы слышали достаточно, поэтому я и говорить не буду. Я хочу вас поблагодарить за то, что вы дали мне и всем ребятам возможность заниматься тем, что вам действительно интересно. Большое вам за это спасибо.
Что я помню, с Валерой мы все время беседовали на многие разные темы. И Валера всегда говорил, что я ничего не понимаю, и всегда по всем предметам поставил бы двойки. А я ему всегда говорила: Валера, ты что, считаешь себя последней станцией перед Богом? Ну вот, наверное, такая его уверенность в этом и помогла ему добиться того результата, который он имеет на сегодняшний день. Вот хочу, чтобы все у него было в геометрической прогрессии. Чтобы он был не последней инстанцией, пусть он будет Богом на своей работе, для своей семьи, ну и для всех, кого он окружает. Люблю, целую, Лена.
First of all, I would like to start off by saying, Happy birthday, Dad. You are the best dad in the universe. I'm very glad that you are my dad. Hugs and kisses from me, Liza. Kissy kissy.
I have been married to this man 29 years, and we dated 3.5 years before our marriage. When we got married and Dima was born, at first I did not understand the situation I had gotten myself into. I imagined my marriage differently. I did not expect to have a husband who trained morning and evening, and again in the afternoon, came home for break every day. I must admit, he helped me wash Dima's diapers. They were no modern diapers. Still, for me, all those training was strange and incomprehensible. So, because I didn't understand why he trained so much, I tried to clarify situation. I told Valery, perhaps you should stop with punches, kicks and blocks, go do some more serious stuff. He patiently told me it was very important to him. It was his job, his health, his everything. A few years later, I stopped questioning it and I began to understand him. I realized I should not ask him make a choice between me and Kung Fu, because you know what? Maybe he chose Kung Fu. What else can I say about Valery? He is the most patient person in the world. He is modest, very kind, honest, strong in spirit, and he is also strong physically. Do you know how many push-ups and squats he can do? He is a very hard-working. He is a workaholic. He has a very specific sense of humor. Sometimes when he's joking, I just wanna kill him. He is neat, purposeful. He is able to give good advice. He is disciplined and he is wise. He is a wonderful husband and a great father.